Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim.
Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Ooh, what's up, everybody? What's going on, fellow people, fellow HBCU alums, non-HBCU alums, chickens, rats, ducks, whoever you are? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We're back with another HBCU tonight. As always, brought to you by HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. As always, get everything that you need and HBCU Overdrive. So hit that notification bell and get that. But but yep. So week 2 is in the wraps. But before we get into all that, oh my goodness, I've had I wouldn't say the eventful day. But yesterday, I had an eventful day. Of course, like I said, yesterday, I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday. So, of course, I'm going to tell you this. I got off of work early because, yes, I ride the bus. I ride the bus home. I ride the bus to work. So, what's going on? Peace. But, yeah, I ride the bus to work. So, I got off early so I could catch my bus because I didn't feel like waiting for another hour for my bus to come. So, get on the bus. I'm already tired. And so, like, usually I get to my first stop, which is one train station. And it's in downtown Irving. So I get to my first stop and I was cool. So my bus was right there. Get on the bus. Boom. I do this every time, every day, 24/7, 365. So I get on the bus. I go sit towards the back because that's where I sit towards the middle because that's where I sit at. And for some reason, I got on the bus. I sat down. I went to sleep. I was trying to watch something on my phone, and it watching me, and I went to sleep. By the time I woke up on the bus, I was at the other end. I was on the other end of the route. So, and I know some of these folks are looking at me on the bus like, this man is knocked out. You damn right I was knocked out. I was asleep. Luckily, the train station from my house is probably like 2 minutes. So I ended up catching an Uber to the house and getting the house. Took off my work clothes on, put my sweatpants on, and changed my shirt and stuff like that. Get on the couch, just sit up on the couch, try to watch some TV. I watched a little bit, but next thing you know, I'm out. I was knocked out. I'm talking about, and that's the reason why I was late yesterday on my live. So I didn't wake up until about 4 or something, and the game had already started. I was like, you know what? Forget it. Ain't no intro. We're just gonna go ahead and start this game. Start the stream. That's what I did. And of course, after that, stream Bama State and Southern Prairie View and UTRGV, and we're gonna talk about those too. We're gonna talk about those games too. It was, to me, that was the most. I want to say it was embarrassing because I don't care if I'm asleep. If I'm asleep, nigga, don't bother me. But it was, to me, it was funny. So last weekend when I was in Mississippi last weekend, we get down to my uncle's house, and I try to stay up and talk with my aunt, my uncle, because I ain't seen him in years. And next thing you know, I'm falling asleep in the chair, and my mama fussing at me, talking about, "Boy, take your ass to sleep." That's what I was getting. So yeah, it was. I I be trying to get rest from work, and I should be like this. And then, of course, people. Hey, 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 bruh. I was like this. And then my mama asked me, "What you need to wake up?" I told her I was resting my eyes. Sound like my grandmother. Sounded like my grandma. Sound like my grandma. I'm just resting my eyes, babe. I'm just resting my eyes. I don't need to go to sleep. I don't need to go to sleep. But yeah, man. Oh man, that was crazy. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about a couple of more games. We're gonna get into Division 2. Gonna get into the Division 2 games. Oh shit. But yeah, we're gonna get into some Division 2 games. We're gonna get into the independents. We're gonna get into a lot of things tonight. So y'all sit back, buckle up, Buttercup. And yeah, we're gonna have some good old fashioned fun. Y'all know how we do it over here. Y'all know how we do it here. We do a lot. We gonna do it big over here. But as always, make sure, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the channel. Hit the follow button if you're on Twitter, watching me from Twitter. Make sure you hit that follow button on the profile. But before we get to it, man, let's hit this good commercial break. Be right back in just a second.
It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout outs, and members only live chats. And also you can get birthday shout outs on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket.
Man, look, I'm over here texting Kobe. He on Wild Wave show. I'm texting him, hey, I'm coming for that fireplace, bro. Get it ready. Get it ready. Oh, man, first and foremost, let's get into this game. Let's get into this game right here. First game of the night I want to talk about is Delaware State versus UAlbany. Of course, that game ended in a Dale State victory last night, 37-32, where this game had almost close to a 5-hour rain delay. This also gives Deshaun Jackson his very first victory as a head coach. So he gets in the win column with his squad, and it's some things that I like about this squad right here. If you didn't watch the game, there were some things I did like about this squad where, especially them running the ball, the defense showed up when it's supposed to. But let me go ahead and get into these box scores. So, they did hold UAlbany to 78 yards rushing on 32 carries. So that was an average of 2.4 yards a carry. Pass defense they gave up 263 yards, but also 3 TDs in the air. What up, though? They also get 3 TDs in the air. But at the end of the day, what matters most was the outcome of the game. Delaware State, Caden Bennett played, I wouldn't say he played remarkable, but he played good to the standard of actually keeping the game close. 17 of 27, 171 yards. He didn't have no touchdown, but also didn't have no interceptions. Also, he added 96 yards on the ground. So he had over 267 yards of total offense, along with 3 rushing touchdowns in the game. Marquise Gillis, who is the workhorse back for Delaware State, 24 carries, 102 yards, no touchdowns on the ground. But as a team, Delaware State ran the ball 369 yards on 59 carries with 5 touchdowns. If you UAlbany, you're not going to win a game like that. But if you Delaware State, that's how you win a game. Don't matter how you get your points, don't matter how you get scores, you get them the way that you're supposed to get them. This rushing attack, almost 400 yards. They add 546 yards of total offense in this game yesterday. 546 yards of total offense. 5 touchdowns altogether. He did turn the ball over once. He fumbled the ball once, Caden Bennett as quarterback. But they also recovered a fumble in this game. But they only punted twice. They only punted twice in this game also. So they only punted the game twice. So that means that your offense was lights out. Your offense was humming. And I feel like with the coaching staff that Deshaun Jackson got, especially having Clinton Portis as your running backs coach, was pretty much like almost a godsend for Mr. Gillis. Backup running back had 70 yards in this game. Stagger backup running back, freshman, had 48 yards in this game and a touchdown. So I mean, they did what they were supposed to. They did what they were supposed to do in this game. They did what they were supposed to do in this game. Next on the list for Delaware State, the team stats, if you think about it, Delaware State had 32 first downs compared to the 20 for UAlbany. They converted 5 of 15 third downs compared to the 3 of 12 from UAlbany. Both teams were really efficient on fourth down, 3 of 4 for the Great Danes, 2 of 4 for the Hornets. Of course, I did say that they did hold the Great Danes to 78 yards rushing on 32 carries. The only issue is they have 14 penalties for 114 yards compared to the 5 of 60 for UAlbany. And Delaware State controlled the line of scrimmage from 33 minutes to 27. That, other than the penalties, that is really a recipe for winning a football game. Basically, you got to be able to make a stop, and that's what they did. They made a stop. They made a stop where it counts. But the next game for Delaware State, let me click on that. Next game for Delaware State is a MEAC versus CIAA matchup where Bowie State will bring their ragtag bunch down to Dover to take on Delaware State. That will be at 2:00 p.m. on Saturday. That will be also on ESPN Plus. So make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check them out. I'm predicting some big things for Del State. Even if they were predicted to go be 6th in their conference, I predict big things in Dover. Now, let's get back to it. We still in the MEAC. For us folks in the SWAC, we call them the Physicality Conference. I ain't seen too much physicality yesterday, but let's see that down there in Columbia, South Carolina. South Carolina Gamecocks defeats. I was gonna say something else. I had to pause myself. Defeats South Carolina State 38-10. Basically, South Carolina returned 2 punts for a touchdown. South Carolina State did jump out on the in the first quarter with a field goal to end the first quarter at 3-0. They also had a rain delay, weather delay in Columbia also. So, but from second quarter all the way up to the end of the third, South Carolina ran off 38 straight. South Carolina ran off 38 straight. There's not too much anything to talk about this right here. Really, they made Lenore Sellers, I wouldn't say look pedestrian, but hey. I don't know what to say about these. I really don't know what to say about these stats because both teams didn't look too great. But South Carolina State did pass for over 200 yards compared to 128 for South Carolina State. compared to SC. Also, Gamecocks ran for 125 yards compared to the 62 for South Carolina State. Penalties were pretty much even. South Carolina State controlled the ball 10 minutes more than South Carolina. So if it wasn't, I'm going to tell it like this. If it was not for those 2 punt returns for touchdowns, this game is closer than what people would think. If South Carolina did not return those 2 punts for touchdowns, this game is closer than what folks think. Let's continue on down. Temple defeats Howard 55-7. I really said, look, going to Temple. I don't know if they pay you any kind of money like that, but just get what you can and come on home. Temple dominating this game from every facet, from first downs to total yards to passing to rushing to time of possession, no turnovers, really 14 of 16 passing, damn near excellent, 562 yards of total offense, ran the ball for 331 yards compared to the 82 for Howard. This was total domination by the Owls. Total domination by the Owls. I'm sorry to say that, but it was total domination. I really don't have too much to say about this game. I really don't have too much to say about this game right here, except for Howard got that money. They went back to DC, whoop-de-whoop. Let's go ahead and let's head on down to this game was in Norfolk, but not Norfolk State. But Old Dominion destroys North Carolina Central 54-6. Again, I don't know how much money they paid y'all to come up there and get your head knocked in, but go to the team stats. Old Dominion dominated from start to finish in this game. First downs go to them. Total yards go to them. Only thing that did not go to them was time of possession. And they were pretty much smart, penalty free, kind of in a sense. Again, I'm not going to say too much about this game right here because, hey, I mean, what can I say about this game? It was 54-6. North Carolina Central is supposed to be the team to beat in the MEAC. Not when Walker Harris throws for 102 yards and also 2 interceptions. They pretty much stopped the running game. Pretty much stopped the running game here. But yeah, man. Yeah, let me see if I can get my main Wayne over here. All right. Anyway. Let me go ahead and put this in. like I said, there's not too much to talk about this game right here. I really don't know what to say about this game. I don't know what to say about this game right here. But let's continue on. Still in the MEAC. Still in the MEAC. So let's finish talk about the MEAC. Again, in Norfolk, but on the campus of Norfolk State University, the Spartans and Michael Vick get their first victory of the season against Virginia State, 34-31 in overtime. Don't matter how you get it. Don't matter how you got it. Get it done. They got it done in overtime. I was going to have to say this. Let me pull up their team stats over here. Team stats damn near even, y'all, for both teams. 25-24, that favors Norfolk State. 4-14 and 4-13 on third downs, 1-3 and 2-3 on fourth down for both teams. Norfolk State had 50 yards more than Virginia State, 490 to 440. 253 was in the air, 237 was on the ground, compared to 313 yards in the air for Virginia State, 127 on the ground for them. This game was marred by penalties. 16 for 127 for Norfolk State and 11 for 97 for Virginia State. This game is a true definition of a rivalry game. Is a true definition of a rivalry game. Now, the one thing they kind of need to clean up is the turnovers. They lost 2 fumbles compared to Virginia State. No turnovers in the game. Let's get it like this. I'm going to be honest with you. So, like I said, Michael Vick got his first win of the season. And congratulations to him. Got his first win as a Division I head football coach. I hope he doesn't get sassy when I say, hey, you got your first victory as a Division I head football coach. Unlike some coach down there in South Texas that got irritated on a conference call when I said congratulations on your first Division I football win. Damn, take the compliment. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you who needs to be the starting quarterback for Norfolk State. And your quarterback, the person that you need to have as quarterback is Otto Coons. Otto Coons comes into the game. Israel Carter starts the game, goes 10-16, 80 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Also added 27 yards on the ground. But Otto Coons, when he comes into the game, he's 13 of 20, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, added another 23 yards on the ground. Close to 200 yards of total offense. That's who your QB should be right there, not Israel Carter. And I understand Israel, he brings some sort of dynamic, but Otto Coons is that wily veteran, that cagey veteran that's been there, that kind of knows some things that you're looking for. And he sparks something when he comes into the game. He really couldn't get that going last season, the last couple of seasons under Dawson Odens, because Dawson Odens was not that type of coach. Dawson was more of a ground and pound type of coach. He wanted to run the ball. You take the ball out of his hand, and pretty much you get what you got last season, and that's the reason why you brought in Michael Vick. But as far as even when I say with this Virginia State CIAA power, some people would say this game shouldn't be close because of the fact that Virginia State is a Division II school. But if you really think about this, Virginia State can really compete with some other than the rival Norfolk. They could compete with some other D1 schools. They could compete with a Hampton. They could probably compete with a North Carolina A&T because of the way that the program is set up, the way that is brought up by Henry Frazier III, coach, doctor. Let me reiterate that, Dr. Henry Frazier III. My bad. Now, I will say this: Norfolk has to fix their pass defense because you cannot give up 100 yards to two receivers. Two receivers having 100 yards each. You cannot do that. You can't do that. But like I said, hey, bro, you stupid. Oh my goodness, you stupid. You are stupid. I mean, look, you know what, bro? I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all better be glad. Y'all know y'all see my face on this camera all the time, bro. And I was cool, but y'all have, you know, when we on the Zoom, when we on the coaches call, we on Zoom. We are on Zoom, y'all. And so I'm you know, y'all can't see me, but I'm asking questions. I'm in a tank top, my hair pinned back and everything. I was like, bruh, if I got on this goddamn camera, you gonna have to see me, cause I don't care if you from the north side of Houston or not. It's gonna be a Houston versus Dallas fight up in this bitch for real. Oh my goodness. Hey man, I wasn't even tripping. I was not even tripping, but I was like, man, you know what? What's up, Chuck? I was like, you know what? I don't even got nothing else to say now. I see how you roll. I see how you roll, bro. I see how you roll. I'm telling you, I'm in a tank top because the thing is, I just woke up, and I kind of had some other calls in between before I got on the Zoom call, but I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? And then because I also, when I'm on the call, I don't even mess up my credentials, man. I ain't tripping. But when I'm on the call, I'm also on the YouTube because I do double time on the YouTube, right? I do it on, you know what I'm saying? I talk to folks, and I know Mr. Emmett be on here. When he be on there, hey, ask him this question right here. So that was one of the questions I asked him. But I mean, I was like, look, you just got your first win as a Division I head football coach. Not D2, not D3, not NAIA, none of that shit. But like everybody was like, what the fuck? I mean, it kind of went over my head a little bit, but then when I went back and looked at it and listened to it, it's like, you know what? This that bullshit right here. This that bullshit. And we're gonna get on his ass too. But anyway, last game of the night, Towson versus Morgan State, the Battle of Greater Baltimore. Towson comes in, goes on the game-winning touchdown drive, wins the game 27-22. I like what I see from Morgan. They are moving the ball. They are getting a little bit of offense as far as passing the ball goes, because that was one of their Achilles heel last season. 214 yards passing. They also ran the ball for 203 yards too. Which, like I said, they were in control of this game all the way up until the last minute or so, and Towson making their run to get into not even get to field goal range. They scored the touchdown. Scored the touchdown, missed the 2-point conversion. You ended the game 27-22. But the game was exactly how I pictured it. I actually wanted Morgan to win the game. I actually wanted Morgan State to win the game, but they, things went down. The thing didn't go the way that Coach Wilson wanted to go. But guess what? I mean, this is one of the teams that you might have to look out in the MEAC also. So kind of watch out for them. And and we get back to it. Yeah, I asked solid questions because you know what? The night before, I come on here, I look at stats and everything, and I pretty much ask what needs to be asked. If it's a game I didn't watch on Saturday, if it's a game I didn't watch on Saturday, what's going on, Chuck?
How are you all doing?
Well, good. I pretty much go back Saturday night, watch the game, or watch a little bit of highlights here and there, and I formulate some of the questions that I asked. So I don't know why he got on me because I said that was your first Division I win. It really was your first Division I win, but hey, do you want me to say, oh yeah, you got your first win against a Division III team? How you feel about that? I mean, it's not like he played one of the hardest schools in Texas, like Mary Hardin Baylor or Trinity. Like, you played Texas Southern. You won against Texas Southern, which you should have lost the game against Texas Southern. So that's all I got to say about that. What you got for me, Chuck?
Hey, as some of you on the, you don't have to be talking about. Are you talking about the Prairie View University of Texas Rio Grande Valley game?
Not yet. I ain't got on there yet.
I'm about to tell you though. Now. One of the coaches at UTRGV is from Monroe. His family's from Monroe. He finished high school in Dallas, played at Texas Tech, and played in the NFL. You probably remember him as well. A guy named Marcus Coleman. Coleman played at Texas Tech. He was a cornerback. Sean.
Marcus Coleman. No,
Texas Tech.
He went and played at Texas Tech. He
played at Texas. Yeah, he's from Dallas. He's from Dallas. He's originally from Monroe.
Yeah,
we grew up in the same. We grew up in the same church here in Monroe. And what happened? They were here, and then they left to moved to Dallas. He finished high school in Dallas, and he played at Texas Tech. And after Texas Tech, he played in the NFL with the Jets and the Texans, and his last team was the Cowboys. I didn't know where Sean. We call him Sean. Yeah, his family. He's from his family right here in Monroe, and like I say, but he grew up in Dallas. Yeah, Marcus Cole. I just happened to look at I went on their website just to find out something about him. I started looking at the coaching staff. I saw Marcus Coleman. I hadn't seen Sean in years, and I said, okay, this is where he is. Okay.
Yeah, I remember watching Marcus when he was at both Lake Highlands and Texas Tech. So
yeah, he went to Highlands. Yeah, man. We grew up in the same church in Monroe. Like I said, his mother and his uncle, his mother's brother, and my father played in the band together at Graham. And by the way, his uncle is one of the former band directors at Graham. He's passed on. Maurice Johnson, and he had another. His other uncle is Richard Zimri Johnson, he was a band director as well at South Oak Cliff. After Rich Wood, he was at South Oak Cliff in Dallas. Yeah, Zimri Johnson, he's passed on as well. And those are Marcus Coleman's uncles. Yeah, they were band directors, and that's their sister's son. And yeah, Marcus is a year older than I am. Yeah, I'm happy to see him. I had to catch up with Sean. I didn't know he was at that school that Prairie View played. That's why I was bringing around to that conversation. I'm not going to take you off topic. I know you have a lot to cover.
Oh no. So all right. So this week in the MEAC coming up on Saturday, we got Morehouse versus Howard. This game is in New York at MetLife Stadium. Again, we got Bowie State coming to Dover to take on Delaware State. That's going to be an interesting game. Norfolk State is on the road to Piscataway, New Jersey, take on Rutgers. Have fun with that. Morgan State goes back for a rematch with Toledo. And Bethune is on the road in Orangeburg, take on South Carolina State. And Fayetteville State makes their way to Bull City, Durham, North Carolina, to take on North Carolina Central. Those are the games for the weekend in the MEAC. My MEAC game of the week would be I'm going to have to go with Bowie State versus Delaware State because I really don't care about South Carolina State beating up on Bethune. And Fayetteville State might give somebody a run for their might give Central a run for their
Yeah.
So that would be my MEAC game of the week. Now, man, look, let's go into some independence.
Independence. Yes. Tennessee State.
So first and foremost, let's go ahead. Of course, let's see. We got Hampton took on Elizabeth City State for a moment. Elizabeth City was
they say home with them.
Yeah, they were in the lead in this game. Hampton pulls the game away, 27-20. North Carolina A&T goes to the bounce house and gets bounced around by the Golden Knights of UCF, 68.
UCF, the people known for the bogus national championship. That's another story.
Pretty much. So for week 3 in the CAA, you got let's see. Hampton and North Carolina A&T go up against each other.
Oh, well, okay.
So I got Hampton winning this game.
I have Hampton too, man. Hampton is I saw them against your alma mater where they played. You all beat them, but I could see some promise in them. From what I see
a lot of promise in them.
Yeah.
All right. On the Tennessee State, the defending, reigning FCS national champions, North Dakota State comes into Nashville.
Yeah.
And kicks the living shit out of Tennessee State. Everybody, y'all remember this score. Do y'all remember this score, y'all? 59-3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
59-3. What can I say about this game? I can't say nothing about this game. I cannot say anything about this game. North Dakota State came in, did what they were supposed to do, disgusting work, diabolical, did some white boy gangster shit, and went back to Fargo. But next week coming up this weekend, Alabama A&M. We'll talk about them in a minute. Also, comes into Nashville, take on Tennessee State. Both teams coming in at 1-1.
Okay.
All right. Now, before we get into the way, I gotta get into my Division 2. Because Division 2 is looking good out there right now. All right. Where's the first one? All right. Lincoln, PA. Of course, I mean, look, 55-14 against Duquesne. They lose the game to Duquesne. I don't know what type of money they got paid for, but whatever you got, go ahead and get your money. Go back. West Virginia State defeats Barton 28-14. Bowie State beats Shippensburg 23-7. Bluefield State ekes out a victory over Concord 38-31. Albany State with the big victory over Kentucky State 49-21. Somebody in Tallahassee better be watching these boys. They got them running. Lincoln, Missouri, the Blue Tigers defeats Lane College 27-15. I think this is their second win of the season, where they were 0 for last season.
Talking about Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched him play one time. Saw him in 2013 in the that Missouri Classic when they played Grambling. I went up to that game in Kansas City. They had only that one running back named Morris Henderson. He's the only thing they had. That's when Mike Jones was the head coach, former linebacker of the Rams. But that's the only time I've ever seen them play in person at Lincoln, Missouri.
All right. Clark,
Yeah.
Atlanta defeats Florida Memorial 17-12 on the Prairie View. Edward Waters makes disgusting work of Miles College 46-14.
Yeah.
Of course, we said Elizabeth City State loses to Hampton 27-20. Norfolk State beats Virginia State 34-31. UNC Pembroke defeats Fayetteville State 31-24. Livingstone. Now this was a CIAA SWAC matchup. Livingstone defeats Allen 28-17. Savannah State shuts out Shorter 13-0.
Georgia.
Winston-Salem State defeats Mars Hill 28-25. Tuskegee with a shutout yesterday.
Yeah.
Under the lights.
Yeah, with the lights. Yeah.
Last night, my bad, Tuskegee. Last night, under the lights, 33-0 against Central State. First game under the lights, first game with a victory under the lights. All right.
And Ruffin and Reginald Ruffin said, "Hey, buy your damn tickets."
Yeah, buy your own ticket. I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
And in the upset in Division 2, we have Johnson C. Smith defeating number 14 ranked Valdosta State Blazers 28-16.
Sure did.
This game was in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I said y'all better watch out for this Johnson C. Smith team right here.
Maurice Flowers, he's put a competitive program together there in Charlotte.
Y'all better look. I'm telling y'all better watch out for this Johnson C. Smith team, this Golden Bulls team, because long as they don't run out of gas like they did last season towards the end, y'all better not play with these boys right here.
Queen City, yeah.
Did I hear about Miles Van was disrespectful? Oh yeah.
I saw a fight the other day. I heard that this evening. I didn't know who it was. They said HBCU game. It was a band fight. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy work right there.
Yeah, I hate that.
All right, so week 3 should be coming up. I'm doing this all on my phone right here. Should be coming up. If it was foolishness, shame on Edward Waters for that. All right. All right. Thursday night on ESPN. On ESPN2, we have Fort Valley versus Clark Atlanta. This will be the first time on national TV everybody going to see that Pyru Field.
Man, that's what I say. If you go to that game, don't have any spirits in your body. Going to a game there at Clark Atlanta, you can look at that field, and you don't want to be full of kind of spirit I'm talking about, Doc.
I know.
Yeah, don't be full of the spirit. Going, you have to look at that red field. That will get you.
But yeah, that game will be on ESPN2. It is the Thursday night matchup for the SIAC. And I like the fact that they're actually getting the straight up publicity.
Yeah,
even
I need it.
Even if it's on a 4-letter network.
Yeah, and I look at what Teddy Keaton has done at Clark Atlanta. They should be on platforms like that. He said even they're on the 4-letter network. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Fort Valley Clark game is going to be great. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Of course, Fort Valley coming in with a new head football coach.
Yeah, Willie Totten is there now.
Huh?
I said Willie Totten is quarterbacks coach at he's offense coordinator at Fort Valley State.
Yep.
Yeah, he's offense coordinator at Fort Valley State. Left Southern. Yeah. What's the guy's name? I know he said they work together at Alabama A&M. I forgot. I don't even know the head coach's name. What is his name, Doc?
Sam Shade?
No, the guy that said Fort Valley State. He used to work. He and Willie Totten used to work at Alabama A&M together. He's at Fort Valley State. I remember Totten said in the interview. He said that they're former co-workers at Alabama A&M, and that's how he ended up. He ended up coming to his staff. The guys that said Fort Valley State after Sean Gibbs that's there now.
I don't know. That I gotta look at it.
Yeah. No, he and Totten worked together at Alabama A&M. This was before Sam Shea. They must have, I don't know whose staff they were on. I don't know they was coaching there during that time. I don't know if it was Spady. I don't know.
Probably Spady. It wasn't Connell Maynard.
No, it wasn't Maynard. This is before those guys, and I don't think it was Anthony Jones. No, I remember when Totten was assistant at Alabama, and he said he and this guy were co-workers. They were on a coaching staff together. I don't know. I forgot which coach it was.
So that game starts at 6:00 on Thursday night. Make sure y'all tune in today.
Okay. I'm going to tune in when I get off. I'll be off from work.
All right, man. But we got some other see. But I think it is good publicity to be on ESPN too. Be on the ESPN network. So I'm not going fault them for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some of those players that they're, family probably now they would get to the game. At least they can turn it on and see and watch the game.
So yeah, I think it'll be it'll be good for them.
Yeah.
I know people watching the Bills and the Ravens.
I watched some of that game. I saw the Bills score first.
But coming up on Saturday, you got Tuskegee taking on Jackson State in the W.C. Gordon Classic.
Yeah.
It's coming up. You got, let's see. Of course, Morehouse taking on Howard. Morehouse taking on Howard. Johnson City versus Elizabeth City. They are on the road. Shaw is taking on Ferrum. Don't know about that school. You got Benedict taking on Central State. Delaware State taking on Bowie State. We talked about that already. Virginia Union taking on Edward Waters. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
That is going to be a good one. Miles take on Alabama State. Rivalry game. North Carolina Central and Fayetteville State. Lincoln, Pennsylvania versus Winston-Salem. Lane takes on Allen. Bluefield State takes on Wingate. Kentucky State comes down and takes on Grambling.
Yeah.
Albany State going to Tallahassee to take on Florida A&M. That's gonna be I don't know about that one, but the last time they played, it was kind of close.
Yeah.
So my Division II game of the week this weekend would be Virginia Union taking on Edward Waters.
It look like Edward Waters. I see they're 2-0 right now, and Brian Jenkins, being the head coach, they promoted him the head coach, and you see who I see Noah Biden is there, and you know who's there. But the SEO Drip is there in Jacksonville. You know who Drip is?
Who's it?
Yeah, he's offensive coordinator. Yeah. I think he realized, hey, look, I had to have a job somewhere, and Jenkins brought him on.
Oh yeah.
After being terminated from 2 places.
He said, "Do you think Miles stand a chance against Bama State? Not this team. Now, if it was coached by Sam Shade, it would be a totally different."
Sam Shade comes with a different mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a Sam Shade led team, it'd be totally different.
Yeah, he comes with a different mentality. I've been telling people. I said, I think at A&M he's coming back with that. Back when Anthony Jones was coaching and he had Broski Towns as defense coordinator. I think you're gonna see that defensive mentality come back. You're gonna see all that physicality. I think that's what you're gonna get coming back to A&M.
Not Derrick Henry with the touchdown. All right, let's get into it. Miami takes care of Bethune-Cookman. We talking about the Hurricane. We talking about the U. 45. Yeah. Cal Berkeley defeats Texas Southern 35-3. FAU destroys FAMU 56-14. Tarleton State beats up on Mississippi Valley. We all know this score, 59-3.
Yeah, Tarleton. Yeah, Tarleton's come a long way.
Central Arkansas with the win against Arkansas Pine Bluff, 41-17. Let me go ahead and get this one. Ohio State.
Oh man, Lord, I watched that game. Yes, I watched it yesterday on the Big Ten Network, so on YouTube, and I watched that game. I could see some promise in Grambling, but playing against people like Jeremiah Smith on offense and on defense, you have Caleb Downs in the secondary. Yes, that's some tough stuff, and many others. And they use a lot of tight end sets with Ohio State. They said that's one team that uses a lot of tight end sets. Yeah, he had the wide receivers, but I know they really use their tight end sets.
Ohio State put up 651 yards of total offense in this game.
Jeremiah
Smith had 5 receptions for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. He should have sat his ass down. He ain't need to be in this game right here.
And that's risky. That's risky because you need him when you get into the meat of things. You know that's a risky game because these guys want to come for you. They have point to prove. The guys trying to show, hey, look, we're here. They want some Grambling.
But Ohio State defeats Grambling 70-0. This was pretty much a decimation from the start of the game. But the main question is, did the players get out, unscathed? If you don't have any injury, that's good. You still got $1 million to go up there and play the game. That goes into your athletic budget. That's cool, but at the same time, we shouldn't even have to play these games against these guys right here.
Some of those guys did get injured yesterday. I can tell you about it. I did see some injuries there for Grambling. Yeah, there were some injuries that occurred, but it could happen. The way I look at it, Doc, this could happen in any of these games. This is football, and but I know you playing Ohio State. These guys, you have more players on these teams, and you're on that's Power 4, and you don't want your team wiped out. You're trying to save them for when they get into the conferences into conference play. Yeah.
So, other than that, let's go on to the Hill. Alabama A&M bested Alcorn State 41-31. Cornelius Brown IV, Quad Brown, had 5 total touchdowns in this game, 3 passing, 2 rushing. Pretty much, he was a man amongst boys in this game last night. 25 of 34, 260, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Also added 69 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns on the ground. Had over 300 yards total offense in this game for himself. Alabama A&M look kind of good. They look good.
Yeah.
They look good in this game. Alcorn still had the same issues. Jalen Tolbert, 23 of 33, 168 yards and 1 touchdown, but did throw an interception. That you threw the ball too much and you threw it too short. Ja'Cory Sewell, 12 carries for 115 yards and 1 touchdown in this game. The punting now, Demetrian Duval, 3 punts, averaged 46 yards, 1 touchback. He didn't punt anything inside of the 20. So that issue is still special teams.
Yeah.
Special teams, and they don't have somebody who's a proven quarterback who could throw the ball past yards.
That's uncharacteristic of Alcorn. You always think of Alcorn having a quarterback coming in there. You think about what's his name, John. I forgot his name.
John Gibbs. And
you had Norris Footman, and you had what's the first guy? Yeah, they were loaded. They were coming with quarterbacks in a minute. That was back when Fred McNair was there, but now it's changed.
All right, we had Alabama State going on the road to Baton Rouge to spoil the first home game for the Jaguars in a new digs. They did get the turf replaced and everything, so that was good. I like the turf. You know what I'm saying? Light show goes.
Yeah,
it's good. But you lose the game 30-7.
Yeah, I watched some.
He wasn't worldly in this game last night, but 16 of 25, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Also had 16 yards on 7 carries. So really didn't have to run the ball that much. Jamari Holsclaw, 52 yards on 14 carries in this game. Carl Lagon, 49 yards on 8 carries. He came in. That was a homecoming for him. Marcus Harris II. His only score was on a 47-yard run.
Yeah.
So I look. I'm going to say out of the big 3 in the East, this is the team you're gonna have to watch out for.
Well, Alabama State, yeah.
Alabama State. If I'm Jackson State, you the big man on campus. But if I'm Jackson State, that one of the schools I'm gonna have to watch out for is Bama State. Now they got a quarterback now they have an actual quarterback who is a quarterback that can actually do the things that he's supposed to be doing.
He is effective.
I
just hope they keep him healthy. They had to keep him healthy. So yeah.
I wouldn't say they have to keep him healthy. He has to be able to stay out there so he doesn't get hurt. He can't play the game. He can't play the game thinking that you're going to get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
You have to get in your head, I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
I am going to get hurt, but what can I do to not get hurt? I mean, what can I do to keep myself out here? So, because I know that I'm going to get banged up, and it's the thing that Coach Erod said. He told him he told him like, look, his shoulder was fine, but he's like, look, I got to take a hit. I have like, if you think about it, as an athlete, as a football player, as a basketball player, it's like you got to take some sort of punishment. So if he said I had to take a hit, so because I can't go out there and just thinking like I don't know what to do. I had to take some sort of punishment to make sure that in my head, and it's also going to be a mental thing, that I could go out there and bang around with these dudes.
That's what you just said, Doc. That's what Prairie View's coach talked about in the interview. Tremaine Jackson said that he wanted about those hits. He said he wanted them to be in the contact. So yeah, he had to get the bodies acclimated into what they're going to be dealing with. He did say that. I remember him saying that before the season.
Yeah, so you got to get acclimated with the hits. So, and I think in Andrew Body's case, he got acclimated with the hits, and he came out there first 2 games of the season. He's looked spectacular.
Yeah, he has. I saw that in UAB.
Mm-hmm. He looked spectacular. Jackson State loses to Southern Miss 38-20. And I want to talk about the comments that Coach Huff said also. And then last but not least, yeah, Tremaine Jackson, I'm on your head. UT Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah.
All the way from Edinburgh, Texas.
Where's that located?
South, that's the valley, South Texas. That's close to the Mexican border.
Okay, I know. Like I tell you, Marcus Coleman is on the staff there. He's a special teams coordinator and cornerbacks coach at UTRGV. I didn't know where he was, and I started to on the website.
They done took a 6, I think it's a 6.5, 7-hour drive from Edinburgh to Prairie View. They come into your house. They done put their foot up on the counter, on the table. They done went in your refrigerator, took all your food, drunk all your Kool-Aid, ate all your snacks, and left your house dirty for a 27-21 victory in your house.
Yeah, I watched the highlights this morning.
They did the Dave Chappelle Rick James skit on you and say, "Fuck your couch." That's what they did. That's what UTRGV did. That is what the Vaqueros did to your house.
Salsa. They have a salsa brand.
They came to your house. They came to Alta Vista Plantation. First and foremost, they had a 17-point lead on you in the first half.
Sure did.
In the first half, they had a 17-point lead on you. In halftime, it was 20-7.
Yeah.
And they underlay your ass. Now, let's get into it. Eddie Lee Marburger, he didn't have the stats. He didn't have the same stats that he did last week against Sol Ross. Sol Ross is Division 2 now. Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
But he was 19 of 31, 263 yards, and 1 touchdown passing, 0 interceptions. The running back, Nathan Denny. Okay, yeah, Denny. 23 carries, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. TJ DeMont, 3 carries, 23 yards, and he had a touchdown. Tony Diaz for UTRGV, 6 receptions, 121 yards, and the 1 touchdown that he caught. Of course. Let's get into Prairie View. Let's get into the stats for Prairie View. Horrible. Cam Peters, 8 of 16, 64 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Then you got taken out of the game for Tevin Carter, who wore number 21 as a quarterback, 6 of 10, 48 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And then Rodney Ojo for 1 of 1, 25 yards passing. Combined, all 3 quarterbacks combined, 15 of 27, 137 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Chase Bingman, 88 yards on 16 carries. Tevin Carter, 50 yards on 11 carries with 2 touchdowns. Cam Peters, 26 yards on 8 carries for the 1 touchdown. So those 3 scores accounted for what you for your scores for the whole game. Now, I have to say this. Yes, Miss Mary, PV should have won the game.
Yeah, I watched them.
Guess what? They kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Did your broadcast keep on messing up from SWAC TV? You know, the one Butch Alcindor and Corey Vargas. It was buffering.
I don't know what it is. I think it's from their feed. Because remember, SWAC TV goes with the feed from
the feed. It was fine against Texas when they played in Prairie View and Texas Southern play. It was, but yesterday it was messing up.
Yeah. What should I ask him tomorrow?
Hey.
What should I ask Tremaine Jackson tomorrow in the coach's call? Put it in the comment. And once this show is finished, put it in the comment.
Yeah, I don't care if he gave his feelings. I'm like, hey, you took this job. Hey, you the one who applied for this job, and you accepted it.
Now I got to call my niece and be like, how y'all lose to some folks from the damn border?
Hey, have you seen their facilities?
Oh yeah, they got great facilities because University of Texas paying for it.
Yeah, that's on that system, and I looked at that and I said, I know they had that salsa brand.
Like half. It was 6,000 folks that was at this game yesterday.
Yeah, I saw the stands.
Half the folks didn't even come.
How do you get Lionel on this one?
Where is Lionel? Where is PV versus nobody?
That's who you need to talk to. Yeah, right there.
Where is PV versus nobody? Where is he at?
Yeah, get my homeboy.
Where is he?
Yeah, my homeboy. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like this, y'all. You got some explaining to do.
Because I looked at the scenes. Yeah.
Somebody conjure up Lionel. Tell him if he in Twitter, tell him to come on up.
Yeah. Because he's the one you need to talk to. Talk to my homeboy. And yeah, man. All the talk he did this summer. I got a chance to talk to him. He's trying to get me into it. I'm like, no, man, that's on you, man.
They didn't come out there here and hit nothing last night.
Then I thought it would be more.
They heard the clack, 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 but it wasn't from their parents. It wasn't from them. It was from the folks down there in Edinburgh.
Yeah. I saw the highlights this morning. What happened because it was buffering. I got a chance to just look at those highlights, man. And they were just playing basic football at UTRGV.
Like they came, them boys came to play football.
Yeah, they did. I found the coach's name is Travis Bush. I went on their website. That's how I found out about Marcus Coleman being on the staff. I just went to find out something about him.
And Travis Bush is not no slouch.
No, he's not. I look at it. Stop.
He is a Texas high school legend.
Yeah, Texas high school legend. I see he worked at Texas State and I think University of Houston.
Yeah.
He's worked at all these places.
He is not a slouch.
Texas high school football coaching legend. Yeah, I read about him this morning, and yeah.
I'm just saying. Y'all, I don't even. I'm not gonna go that route and nothing like that.
I had heard about that NILs that they have going down there.
All I know is they did not come out that hill, and you did not hear that clack clack. You heard them get hit on their backside. Boom. They would get look. I'm just saying. Had the dude that came in at QB that wore number 21 last night.
Yeah.
What they do that at? The last time I seen somebody wore 20-something was Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie. Oh yeah, I remember Doug Flutie years at Boston College. I remember he won the '84 Heisman. I remember as a child he was number 22. I remember.
Mm-hmm. The last other person I actually seen somebody that wore like a number in the 20s was my man Rex Burkhead when he was the high school quarterback at Plano High.
Rex Burkhead. Yeah, went to Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Rex Burkhead.
Yeah, come on. Look, we got the jokes. Them boys came and said they got the salsa, they got the nachos, they got the tortillas, they got everything. We're gonna make some street tacos and whoop y'all ass and go back down to Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning. I was just looking up trying to see some things about him. I'd seen that Prairie View was playing them, and I just looked it up. Like what you do while you're on your show. I was just looking at it and said, let me go on that website. Like I said, that's how I found Marcus Coleman. I hadn't seen him in decades, and yeah, I didn't know where he was, and I see he's down there.
And now we get into for week 3, y'all. I done got too much hype on. Look. Again, Tuskegee, Jackson State, read W.C. Gordon class. If you're in Jackson, where you read Alcorn. Oh my God, this ain't even better for Alcorn. They go to Stark Vegas and take on Mississippi State.
Stark Vegas.
Alabama A&M makes a visit to Nashville to take on Tennessee State. Miles in a clash with Alabama State and Montgomery. Bethune-Cookman is on the road to Orangeburg to South Carolina State. Prairie View goes another 50 miles into Houston, take on Rice University.
Rice, hey.
Lincoln, California makes their first trip into SWAC country, take on Arkansas Pine Bluff. Kentucky State makes their road appearance in Grambling. Mississippi Valley is on the road in Hammond to take on Southeast Louisiana.
Oh yeah, the Lions.
University heads over to the Third Ward to take on Texas Southern. Albany State makes their trip to the Panhandle to take on some boys from Tallahassee, Florida A&M. And Southern takes a long flight to the San Joaquin Valley to take on
Fresno
the
State.
State Bulldogs.
Well, going out there into the farm country in California.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming because I'm supposed to be going to the South Dallas Super Bowl. That is Lincoln versus Madison. So we'll see what happens after that. Yes, we have. Yes, in here in Dallas, we have Super Bowls. We make neighborhood Super Bowls out here. You got South Dallas Super Bowl. You got Oak Cliff Super Bowl. You got
Oak Cliff.
Mm-hmm. We got the belt. We
Yo,
got belt line. We make Super Bowls from our neighborhoods. But anyway, for all my Jackson State folks, I know y'all want me to be on here. Let's talk about the game from yesterday, Jackson State versus Southern Miss. What I saw yesterday, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I saw yesterday was Southern Miss basically schemed us. They just schemed us. In the second half, they made adjustments in the second half, where they did a lot of screens, where they put us out in space, receivers blocking in space. So that kind of put a damper on our offensive, on our defensive plan, because basically with the screens they took away our aggressiveness, especially with Quincy Ivory coming off the edge. Him coming out the edge, he still got a sack in the game. The boy had 10 tackles in the game last night. So he was doing what he was supposed to do. He played the run. He was everywhere as a hybrid D lineman, DN / linebacker. Jacoby Morgan, 14 of 27, 131 yards and one interception. He did come out of the game for a brief minute. Parker Stover threw his only pass, and that was an interception also. So those were the two turnovers that were credited to us. We did not fumble the ball as a team. Travis Terrell had 80 yards on 10 carries. Ahmad Miller, who was the hero from last week, only had 34 yards in the game, but he had one of the touchdowns on the ground. Denario Davenport, we need to see a little bit more of him in the game. 33 yards on 8 carries. And then Amari Matthews, 29 yards on 4 carries. He had the other touchdown as far as running the ball. Receiving wise, Jonas Portillion, and he did play, but he was non-existent on the outside. And Shamar Savage was nursing an injury, so he should be back this weekend against Tuskegee. Nate Rembert had a good game last night, 64 yards on 4 catches. Jamil Gardner, 26 yards on 4 catches. And Kobe Kapal had 23 yards on 2 catches. Jamil Gardner, to me, he needs to kind of bulk up a little bit. He kind of needs to bulk up a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. It just needs to kind of stay out on the field. If you want to play, you got to stay out on the field. But defensive wise, like I said, Quincy Ivory, 10 total tackles, 2 of those solo, 8 of those assisted, 1 sack, 1.5 TFL. The boy was everywhere. He was everywhere on the field. BJ Washington, 9 tackles, 5 solo. Shamar Hawkins had 8 tackles. He had 3 solo. BJ Washington also had 1 pass defended in the game. So as a defense, we had 2 sacks in the game. against Southern Miss. Southern Miss had 3 sacks in the game, so pretty much both our defenses were even. The only thing about it is we gave up 224 yards rushing. They only carried the ball 22 times as a team, so that lets you know that we try to play the run, and no, 36 rushes for 139 yards. I take that back. So we did play the run. Jeffrey Pittman was the leading rusher for Southern Miss. Braylon Braxton had 20 yards on 10 carries. So, but we did fluster him in the game yesterday until they adjusted their offense to where they threw quick screens, quick passes. They did not beat us over the top, if you really think about it. So that's one thing I seen from that. They did not beat us over the top, which is good. The wide receivers, yes. Offensively, the wide receivers could not get any type of separation. If you really think about this, like I said, for Tillian, I don't know if he played. I didn't see him out there. I didn't see him out there, but our wide receivers, you got to get off the press. If they pressing you, you got to get off of it. Over the top, yes, they didn't beat us over the top. And when I mean over the top, a pass thrown from 20 yards or more. That's what I mean by over the top. Over the top, you don't throw a pass for 20 yards or more in the air. Because everything they did was within the line of scrimmage. Now, last year when we played ULM, they didn't with ULM. What they did last season, they didn't spread us out. They went nose to nose with us on our defense. They was able to run the ball. So if they were playing yards off, now one receiver might play yards off, but the other cornerback might be up there to press. And it's always the defense. Whatever type of scheme that they were in, they wanted to keep everything in front of us. We did do well with the run. I apologize. We did do well with the run. We only held them to 139 yards rushing. Other than that, the other thing that killed us too last night was the penalties. We had 12 penalties for 87 yards in this game, compared to the 4 for 43 that they had. So pretty much, if you really think about this was home cooking. That's all it was. It was home cooking for them.
I don't think USM. I don't think we get another victory.
I don't think USM might even get another victory.
Because they playing University of Louisiana Lafayette. They keep a great team down there in ULL, and I don't know what Troy is like in South Alabama in Sunbelt.
Yep.
So that's what I say. Yeah, South Alabama, and those teams. I want to see how they look moving forward when they get into the meat of the conference. And
they glad to go in the conference now because they got Appalachian State next.
Appalachian State, you can't leave them out, and I think it's James Madison's in that conference. Huh?
James Madison is in the conference too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say
James Madison not in the conference. James Madison is.
They changed these conferences up now. Yeah, I don't even know who's where.
Yeah, James Madison is in the conference. Oh, they split. They split into divisions.
Oh, okay. They've done it. So much has happened with these conferences. I've lost track.
So they don't play James Madison. They don't play Coastal Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But they do play Troy. They play South Alabama. Yeah. They play Texas State.
Oh, man.
They got Arkansas State because Isn't who's at Arkansas State now? Who's the head coach at Arkansas State? It ain't Miles Learner because he's over at
What's his name? They used to be at Cincinnati and Tennessee. The one used to be at Tennessee. He was
Bush
at
Jones. Bush Jones.
He's still there. Okay.
I think he's
Because he was an analyst at Alabama, and then now I know he ended up taking the Arkansas State job. He went to when Saban's there. I call it the Saban Coaches Rehabilitation Center.
I don't even think they'll win against Louisiana Tech.
Tech, and you know what? Tech is coming to that conference next season. They're going to be in the Sun Belt. They're going to renew that rivalry between them and ULM. Tech is that's going to be Tech's last season in Conference USA.
Mm-hmm.
They come into that conference, and no, I don't think Southern Miss is not it's not the Southern Miss team that I remember. Growing up watching. They're not that team anymore.
Okay, so I will say this. Let me get this. Let me get this because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. Coach Huff, I don't know what you was huffing on. I don't know what you was smoking on. But you talking about you could put 60 on us. That wasn't going to happen. This is not going to be a repeat of what we went through when we played Texas State. Texas State schemed the crap out of us. Schemed us to death.
When are they going to Pac-12? Next season?
Next season.
Okay.
You was not about to get 60 on us. You weren't even going to get 50. Well, I would say this, that it really wasn't a 3-3-5 because they had Quincy Ivory standing as a rush. He was a rush in. So it was more of a 4-2. It was more of a 4-2-5 defense. Like it was certain things where they was in the 3-3 like 3 down linemen. It was more like they was in almost in like a bear type defense if you really think about it. I would say if I'm gonna be honest with you, if this was the USM team from last season and we ended up playing them last season, or we had this team playing them before, even if they had Huff come in, we definitely would have beat USM with Will Hall running the show.
Will Hall, he used to be at Tulane. I remember Will Hall.
Yes, we win if we would have played USM last season, we win that game. We win that game. So I mean, I'm just saying we win that game. But you was not going to score 60 on us. I promise you that. I promise you was not going to get 60 on us. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're smoking on.
See that happen.
I don't see that happening.
No.
I don't even think y'all will score 60 on any team in the Sun Belt.
No. I look at those Sun Belt teams, the ones I just named, like ULL and all these South Alabama.
It took y'all 3.5 quarters to get yourselves out of y'all little rut because our defense was playing good yesterday.
Are they playing ULM? Southern Miss.
Oh, they'll be ULM.
Oh, ULM doesn't have much. Brian Vincent is. I looked at them at the Alabama game. I looked at the highlights. They don't have much. And And see, he's like I say, he's wearing two hats. He's a head coach and he's interim athletic director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he investing. I see him giving him about to see about another season. He'll be gone.
Well, we know. Look, shaking hands with TC, telling we're gonna be hell in the SWAC. We know we're gonna be hell in the SWAC. We the damn defending national champs. I don't know why people think that we gonna be hell in our own conference when we won the bitch last year and we was undefeated in our conference last year.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that stadium was silent when we were down by a touchdown. Like, we know we gonna be hell in the SWAC. I think the only team that's gonna give us an issue is Alabama State. If you did not watch them play yesterday, watch
that game.
Watch them. Watch them. No, I'm telling you. Watch if you. I'm telling you. You gotta watch Bama State. What they did to Southern yesterday, you gotta watch them. They literally put belt the ass on Southern yesterday.
Oh, they took it too Southern. They took it too Southern.
They took it.
They didn't
light show and everything. They gave the tribute to Caleb Wilson. God rest the dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God rest his soul, that young man right there. They did it, you know what I'm saying? But
and P. Richardson was honored. They honored him.
Yeah, they
the 1995 team. That's all.
Had the light show, revealed the new turf. It got belt the ass yesterday by Bama State.
Hey, like I said, P. Richardson was in the door, but he was working the radio. He's an analyst for the radio broadcast. He's through coaching. He's not walking through that door to coach. He's coming there to do the radio broadcast with Chris Powers. He's there working. He just came on the field for them to honor him because of P. Richardson Classic.
I'm gonna tell you like this: it's not Terrence Graves. It is not Terrence Graves. You have an offensive coordinator. You have a QB. You try to put a system around that is not fit for him. You want to throw the ball. You want to try to throw the ball around and everything. It's not Cam McCoy. It fits Jalen Woods, but guess what? Word on the street is Jalen Woods might not even be back for the next 2 weeks.
He had an injury. Yeah.
He has a concussion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At Valley.
Yeah, and we don't even know how bad that concussion was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was up at Valley.
So that's another thing I want to talk about with Southern. Cam McCoy he's not a gadget QB or nothing like that. He is pretty much a option QB. You have to fit the off. If he's going to be your QB, he's going to be your quarterback. You have to adjust the offense around him. It's not him adjusting to the offense. You have to adjust the offense around him. If you want to win games, you have to adjust that offense around him. You have to be able. Look, there's a player that I remember that was not great when he passed the ball, but he was hell when he was running the ball as a QB. His name was Eric Crouch.
Oh, I remember Eric Crouch.
His name was Eric Crouch. Eric Crouch was probably one of the best passers in Nebraska's history.
Yeah, I remember Eric Crouch. He was quarterback.
But he played in the option offense, and they settled for what he could do. You have to settle for what Cam McCoy can do. Cam McCoy can run his ass off. But he has to also be able to adjust to reading his progressions and checking down if the deep if the deep route ain't open, you have an intermediate route and you have a pass to your running back. You can pass it to your tight end. Your tight end is one of the better tight ends in the SWAC.
Yeah.
You can pass to the tight end. You can pass to your running back. You got the best running back of all time in Louisiana history, high school history on your
Trey
team.
Holly.
But you have to be involved in your playmakers. The tight ends are not used at Southern. The tight ends in Jackson's case is not used at Jackson State. But guess what? This weekend in the W.C. Gordon Classic, them tight ends going to be used for every which way possible. You ain't no good. You like, but yeah, with Southern Miss, don't get your hopes up, man. Do not get your hopes up.
Hey,
please.
Speaking of them, do you see the videos that have been going out? I've been seeing it all today. The videos like the marching bands. Hell, funny. I was falling out laughing that coming in this it was black lady talking about Southern Miss, talking about what they gonna do to the Sonic Boom. Look at him. This lady must be a Southern Miss supporter. I fell out laughing. They been posting it all over the place. It went viral. And I looked at Southern Miss, man. I said, Sonic Boom don't have anything to worry about with these people.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, they don't have anything to worry about with these people.
But yeah, but Jackson State, man, look, just do what you got to do.
Yeah,
do what you do, and I'm gonna say it like this: don't change anything up. I mean, for Jacoby Morgan, man, he's a championship QB. All you got to do, bro, is just manage the game. Manage the game. Don't mess it up. You got a prolific running attack behind you. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Just don't mess it up. But other than that, man, look, the offense gonna stay on track regardless. It's all about utilizing what you got. Like, we got a good running game. Utilize the running back. Well, I mean, we got good pass catchers.
Yeah, you're loaded with talent.
Yeah, we loaded with talent. We just got to put, like, wide receivers got to be out in space.
Yeah.
It's not that we're not utilizing the wide receivers. It's some wide receivers ain't getting off the jam. And to me, like, you kind of have to. It's like you gotta tinker with it a little bit. You gotta tinker with it a little bit. But as far as the running game goes, you don't mess with that. You don't mess with that. Now, I did see. I'm gonna tell you this though. Yesterday, I did see Quay Davis on that left tackle end. That left tackle. Oh, he was getting abused. He was getting work. Quay Davis on the left side of the offensive line was getting that work. He got to work on his footwork.
Yeah.
As left tackle, if you're protecting the blind side of the QB, and most QBs are right-handed, you got to be quick. You got to be quick with it. And when it comes to run blocking, he's great in run blocking.
Yeah.
Great in run blocking. He's gonna have to lose another 20 pounds to kind of
move his, have some motion.
Have some motion. Quay is a starter. He's a starter. Quay has been a 3-year starter since he been at Jackson.
Hey, it just popped up Hey, it just popped up. You were asking, said, "Where's Lionel?" I see. Notifications came. I see he's about to go. He's about to go on air.
Oh yeah, let me get on his show.
Yeah,
Lionel,
yeah. After you get off of here, you can go on his
Lionel,
show. You can go. You can go and
Lionel,
you can go and troll him.
Lionel,
I
Lionel,
didn't. I didn't say that.
and Lionel. Are y'all still going to Atlanta?
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah. I just saw the notification. He just started show PV versus everybody. The notification just came on while I'm on here, and yeah, I can tell you where he is. He's doing his show. I
Yes,
want.
and overall, y'all. And overall, y'all, we should be happy. We should be ecstatic about our football team, about Jackson State football team, because of the fact that they went down to Hattiesburg and gave these boys hell for almost 4 quarters.
Yeah, you're right, Brandon. They don't have anything to hang their heads about. She's right. Yeah, they don't have anything to hang their heads about.
Hey, because the rest of the SWAC is in trouble. Because we got what game we got? We got Tuskegee this weekend. We got an off week, and then don't we play Southern on the 27th of October on September?
When y'all play them, I know that's the big one.
Don't we play Southern September the 27th? Somebody put it in the chat.
Yeah.
When do we play Southern? Yeah, okay, yeah. In Baton Rouge.
Oh,
Y'all
going
better
out.
hope they better hope and pray Jalen Jones come back. Because if it's Cam McCoy, it's going to be hell on wheels.
To my Jalen
versus everybody, Tony.
To my Jalen Woods. Yeah.
Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all comment, hit the subscribe button, and actually donate to the channel, man. We having fun, y'all. Donate to the channel.
Yeah, you can't take those concussions lightly. You talking about Jalen Woods? Yeah,
you can't take the concussions. You can't take the concussions lightly, because guess what? This defense, if you really think about it, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This defense, I ain't gonna say it's better than last year, but I think this defense is quicker and faster than what it was last season. That's just my opinion.
I wonder how long you think they're gonna keep their DC around. He's getting so much has happened with Jackson State's defense, and all the progress is being made. And
I think Coach Quinn, he'll be there for some years. Yeah. To me, I feel like as long as TC's there, I think him, Coach O,
Otis Ridley, he's not going anywhere.
Coach Manny, all of them guys, I think if nobody's not looking at them, I think they'll still be there for some years.
Yeah. Otis Ridley, he and Otis Ridley been through it all. Going back to John Hendrick, and they still hanging there together. Went to Dion, and now that TC is the coach, he's still there. He's back.
He said, "Don't start no resume."
Stevens, no, I ain't starting a resume. I'm not good with that. He said, "Don't start a resume." No, I can't do anything with that. But you know what happened? So many of these people coming out here with these bags now. Adidas is just being a realist.
Nah, we good. I think he's gonna be there for some years, man. I mean,
yeah, but he has a point. He has a point. Yeah, about these resumes. Yeah, he has a point there. I agree with you, Adidas.
Hey, don't start no resume. Look. Hey, y'all, we're gonna get ready to get up off this thing. Any last words before we roll up out of here?
Yeah, it's starting another week, and y'all just have fun. I mean, I know you have a work week, and just be careful out here. I know people have been getting out to the games this upcoming weekend. Whatever games are going on. I know some teams are playing on Thursdays and Fridays or Saturdays. Wherever you go, be it high school, college, or pro games, just have fun and be safe, because so much going on out here, and just things just happening each day. And just like I said, just be aware of your surroundings.
All right. Y'all got him from Chuck right here. We'll see you later. I'll be back on here. Probably I gotta do my top 10 because I haven't done one yet.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. I gotta do it. But we'll see you later next time, Chuck.
All right. You all take care. You all have a nice night.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Also, I want to give a shout out to everybody for joining me tonight. Hey, we had good fun up in here. We done talked some football. We got some things going on this weekend. Again, to the two new head coaches in college football, Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. Welcome to the W column for your first win as a college football head coach. And and Coach Jackson better not be trying to dismiss me. Nah, you gonna get this smoke. How you gonna let this goddamn border team come up here and whoop your ass? How? How, Sway? How, Sway? Well, anyway. Whew. We got some good games coming up this weekend. Shout out to my nieces. Both of my nieces alma mater, South Oak Cliff. They almost Friday night. They almost came away with a victory over Duncanville. Their score was 35-28. It went into the hands of Duncanville, but they showed some grit and some grind. They already beat another 6A team that's in the top 10 in the state in North Shore out of Houston. They did beat them last weekend. So they got Longview next. So hey, shout out to them. Second of all, shout out to Cupid for coming to my high school, to my old high school, Cedar Hill, and doing an impromptu concert with the Red Army Band over at Cedar Hill High School here in Texas. Played that flex. Hey, y'all made the man made them kids day. Shout out to Cupid for doing that. Hope you come back to DLW real soon again. Appreciate you what you did for those kids. Appreciate you what you did for Cedar Hill, giving us that notoriety and everything. We on one, baby. We on one. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to everybody out here, everybody that's in that's online, everybody that's been on this channel right here and been rocking with me for the longest. Look, y'all already know how when football season comes, the numbers goes up, the engagement goes up. Y'all know I try to do everything on Saturday if I'm not on the road, as far as taking pictures or videoing or content as far as with football games and stuff like that. Y'all already know that I do give I do show the games on here for your entertainment. So the way we pay back towards the channel, because I don't monetize those games, those shows when I put the games on the channel, is just by donating to the channel. As far as you can do it through the Cash App, you always can do it through PayPal, and you can do it through Zelle. You can also do it through the Super Chat. So because this is how we kind of keep this thing going, and hopefully YouTube don't block a brother. Because if not, there's always Twitter, there's always Facebook. But yeah, that's how we do it, because y'all been rocking with me for the longest, and this is what I do all the time to make sure to show y'all love, to show y'all my appreciation that y'all do for me, that y'all have for me, and I want to give that appreciation back to y'all. But as always, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be safe, Hug your loved ones, love on your loved ones. Crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. And if you're a Karen, like that Karen that was at the baseball game, I hope you stub both of your pinky toes on the edge of the bed while you go to the bathroom at 2:00 in the morning. And your house smell like Cheetos. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, man, y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know how it is. Y'all already know what it will be. Y'all be easy, baby. Peace.